Yet there's
well,
more.
Brian, yep. there is indeed more. And I know I feel some false hope. I think they are trying to, or somebody has the germ of something, or maybe something will happen to make MJF appealing again based on this next segment. We can always hope. But MJF came out and cut a very short promo, which was refreshing again. That everybody knows he should have won on Sunday. It's not over with Hangnail Adam Page, blah, blah, blah. But then MVP's music plays. And MVP comes out. And at first they're looking at each other warily. And they say MVP, MJF. And then they hug and they smile and they're old friends. And it's revealed that MVP first met MJF when he was 18 years old on an independent show, and he knew that there was
any
something
man who could bond over Court Bauer's bad pay could be friends forever.
And he knew that there was something to MJF. And actually, that's the same time I met MJF over Court Bauer. Actually, I had negotiated fairly decent pay, but then I found out how long the goddamn days were. But remember what I said to you? I said, MJF, he asked questions. He came and talked to the announcers at the announce position. He was talking to the TV people about camera angles, how they were shooting things. He asked, as MVP said, when he rode with him, he met him at an independent show. It wasn't that he asked him a million questions. It was that he knew the questions to ask. And he knew that he was going to be something. He could tell this kid was on the ball. This was before he was, shot through the heart by the bad booking.
He said that.
But anyway.
MVP said that MJF took him to see an HR documentary somewhere in Jersey from Bad Brains. That was pretty impressive to hear.
Okay, and
that
tell me what any
taste.
Of that is. Tell me what any of that is. I don't know who Bad Brains is or what his...
Bad Brains.
I thought he was talking about CSNY, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Bad Brains is a band, simply put, you would never like ever for any reason. But I got to see him a few years ago at the shop in Williamsburg. But not the kind of thing you expect to hear name dropped in a segment like this. That got my attention.
Well, I'm glad you understood it. But nevertheless, MVP did a brilliant job here, talking to MJF about how, but now, you've lost your way. You need to regroup. He built him up and said he was proud of him, but what are you doing, man? Why are you whining about Sunday? Why aren't you angry? Aren't you mad, hurting people? You've lost your edge. The boys in the back don't respect you. They don't fear you. But they fear the Hurt Syndicate, and that's what you're missing. And maybe I can help you again. And he offered the card, which is, again, compared to the golden ticket. But MJF, at first, he pushed the hand with the card down. He said, I do my own thing, and I don't need your help or advice. I was world champion for 406 days. And then MVP just said, focus on the word was. And he offered the card again. And this time MJF took it and he started thinking. And MVP left and MJF, there's got to be something. Something has to be done to salvage MJF, to kind of give him a restart, to have him be the obnoxious heel in a derogatory and taunting and smart ass way instead of the screaming mental case heel that he's had to become. There's got to be something to get him back in the more wins than losses and more home run promos than misses with these rotten stories and horrible opponents. Could it be MVP taking an interest in MJF as a single, managing the Hurts as a team, MJF not not pulling up in the Hurt Mobile and being inseparable like they're the Four Horsemen, but MVP being in MJF's corner, giving him veteran advice. The only place that is weak in his game is just because he's so young, with the veteran advice on how to react to things and coaching in matches. Does this completely reset him and he becomes a superstar again? Or it's forgotten in 3 weeks and nobody prospers? What do you think?
I don't know if any of these guys would agree to it if it was something that could be dropped in 3 weeks. But then again, I also don't know what Jeff Jarrett is. So what do I know? Yeah, I was hopeful for this. And I know even when I don't like an MJF segment, people still don't think lately that I'm mean enough about him. I mean, it's really crazy.
Now we've got to he's got to be boiled in oil and the fat sold for soap. We have to completely turn our backs. The talent is still there somewhere. It needs produced, and it needs to have not been ruined for the past 2 years.
And I've been saying MJF needs to be involved with different people, and he needs to be involved with main eventers, and he gets all of that here with not just MVP. As far as I'm concerned, it's a package deal. It's MVP and the Hurt Syndicate. If MJF's involved with MVP, that means there's now involvement between MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. That could go in a number of different ways.
Well, yes, but I don't think it should be overdone, because then MJF, who's always flourished on his own, I don't want him to become part of a group, but with a experienced veteran manager in his corner that can lead him back to the top. And then if there was a 6-man to be had, or a big angle or whatever, one of the other Hurts could obviously get involved. But I think just the dynamic of having MVP and MJF together would do a world of good for MJF.
You keep saying in his corner. Do you think he should actually work the corner? Because usually he's been going to the commentary.
Yes, I think he should be his fucking manager. He should be on the promos with him, not to do all of them, but to be there. He should be the guy that's giving him the veteran advice. And the story is basically, yes, he just lost his edge because it came so quickly and so naturally to MJF. And now MVP's the fucking coach that has to bring back the eye of the tiger or whatever, and put him in the corner for big main event matches, because you might be able to obviously use him in some crucial situation and make it they could be Strangler Lewis and Luthez, for heaven's sake. What a dynamic combination that was.
Hopefully not Shawn Michaels and Jose Lothario.
Hopefully not that. That is what you would not do with that thing there.